Is Mox Opal broken? Or is it Underworld Breach? That's a question I'd like to dive into this week on the monologue. But generally, we can all agree that the Breach decks, specifically Underworld Breach, are very powerful. They're definitely in the top 3 to 4 best decks in the format, and generally I'd even say the best 3 decks in the format, if you're counting Eldrazi Ramp, Boros Energy, and Underworld Breach. A close fourth, I would say, is Dimir Midrange, and as weird as that sounds, I think to a certain extent, they should be playing Esper, be playing Pest Control as a way to deal with these Breach decks, and, of course, to deal with these Boros Energy decks. Reality is, I don't think it's the Mox that's the problem. I think Mox is actually kind of okay, though it does in fact limit what you're going to be able to do with artifacts moving forward. If you print something too powerful at a low mana cost, it's just going to continue to break the Mox, which we saw especially early on in the modern format, and why Mox Opal ended up having to get banned in the first place, because it was going to continue to do broken things. But Underworld Breach is just going to continue to be a card that gets abused as one of the best engines in the format, especially if you continue to print lower cost mana rocks that you can then sack to Breach, or if you even, it really even takes away your ability to create artifacts that are legendary on the lower end of the scale, because they can be abused. You end up casting them, ending up putting one back in the graveyard, and of course, over time, being able to re-mill yourself with Grinding Station. And in some ways, I really don't like saying that Underworld Breach is in fact the problem, because I do like Underworld Breach as a card, and decks like Burn as a sideboard piece. It's a fun way to be able to recast things like Lava Spike, Lava Spike, Lightning Bolt, Lava Dart, cards that you have cast a lot early, and, get to reuse to get those extra points of damage in when you need to be going fast. Now, granted, maybe me saying Burn is the wrong deck type here. Ultimately, I believe it's, the Blitz Prowess deck specifically. It was a fun card to have as a 2-of in the main deck. But as we saw with cards like KCI, it needs to go at some point. To keep printing interesting, powerful cards, Wizards has to keep pushing the envelope. And at some point, these cards are going to have to get banned anyway. But since you just re-unbanned, I believe you will have to ban Underworld Breach.